What is going on, SoFi fans? Welcome back to Trending Stocks. Today I want to give you a quick overview of the data points, what it's all saying, and also some latest updates as well. So I'm going to go over all the stuff you need to know. Make sure you guys hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. And without further ado, let's get right to it. So currently it is up 3.95%. It did actually break the $6 mark today, and that's a very big pivot point because that is the transition from the lower to the higher percentile of the Bollinger Band. So that's definitely fairly positive behind the scenes and largely brought on because of this. So SoFi did participate yesterday in the Bank of America Payments Symposium. And during this symposium, this is where a lot of things was brought up, one of which was this. So SoFi shares are trading higher after the company said it will increase available FDIC insurance coverage to 2 million via SoFi FDIC insurance network. So this is one of many things behind the scenes that still sets SoFi apart from the rest of the traditional banks. And of course, right now, a lot of those traditional banks are showing signs of crumbling, largely because of the huge amount of bonds that they've been buying. And of course, with raising interest rates, such as what might be happening today, potentially, then this is where a lot of those banks are unfortunately suffering. But because of the symposium recently, it does look like an analyst already jumped on board and raised their forecast for this upcoming Q1 earnings. And of course, as you can see right here, 4 weeks ago, there was, looks like 2 analysts recently did give new ratings on SoFi. Unfortunately, when it comes down to the forecast, it doesn't break it down on who the actual analysts are, versus if you actually look at the analyst ratings, it shows all the information right here, things like that right here. But of course, as you can see, there was 2 that was done roughly around 2 weeks ago, so 12 days ago, 15 days ago, one of which was Citibank, the other one was JP Morgan, a $10 price target and a $6.50 price target. But of course, like I said, I'll give you a good breakdown of everything else. As far as options activity, it is a little bit more orienting towards calls today. So as far as calls, there's $1.92 million worth of premiums done within the first hour and a half. Clearly, everyone is hedging their bets or placing their bets for this upcoming Fed meeting. And as of right now, 530,000 for put. So like I said, today is a little bit more orienting towards calls. So that's a nice change of events. As far as shorts, I'll give you guys a quick update on shorts. And so I'm on Ortex right now. Short score is 65. Utilization is almost around 61. On a side note, as I've said, and I always do say, I don't see SoFi being a squeeze. I like to bring this up because it's a good benchmark, merely because these are the individuals that are betting against SoFi. So right now they are increasing around 81,000 shares, which is a drop in the bucket, and 80.56 million shares overall being shorted, which works out to be about 10.18% of the free float being shorted. So like I said, it does have a large amount of shares being shorted, around the 81 million, but I don't see SoFi having a squeeze by any means, especially given the circumstances of the broader market right now. But these are the transactions today so far on the secondary market. So that's pretty good. As you can see right here, there was a sell first thing at 3.8 million. So you can always tell on the secondary market based on the bid, the ask, and the actual selling price. So again, that is what it is. And over the last couple of days, there's been a constant amount of money getting in. So of course that could be perceived as good, bad. I'll leave it up to you guys to make that determination, because on a side note, I am not a financial advisor. I'll give you guys a quick update as far as dark pool transactions. So dark pool today seems to be very much popular, as you can tell right all these transactions. So a lot more transactions than normal today. So I don't know if that's very much linked to shorting or maybe just institutions as well behind the scenes just buying, selling, or whatever it might be. Downfall of dark pool, you can't really see, there is no real bid ask or anything like that we're able to see. We only just are able to see the price on which it sold for, unfortunately. But like I said, behind the scenes, I think a lot of good things are going to be coming SoFi's way. And as well, just to give you a good breakdown, a number of retail investors are getting in today. So clearly very much appreciating that news that did come out. And looking at Stochastic, even though it's gone up quite a lot over the last couple of days, still is very much oversold, but you do have a deviation. So black line above the red showing a nice bullish sentiment is behind the scenes. So definitely that is good in my opinion. And on a side note, if you are looking for a lot of good information all compiled in one, then take a look at Seeking Alpha. I have a 7-day free trial for you guys in the description below, and also put it in the comments. So if you're looking, for instance, for these transcripts for from the Bank of America symposium, then you can always take a look at that, and or just listen to it on a side note. But in here, I really do like the fact that they pointed out something about the recent lawsuit, and they asked Anthony if he sees that as damaging. He did say that he does see it as damaging, but it is more beneficial to the shareholders by doing so. So I really like his answers, and as I've said in the past, there's a lot of crappy CEOs out there for various companies, some of which I actually do own, and some companies that I just cover in general. But Anthony is a CEO in a whole different level. He's next level CEO status. So in general, I always really appreciate the way he talks, how he enacts himself, and he kind of respects everyone. You can tell that based on his tone as well. But of course, that isn't really a catalyst to buy on, whether the CEO is respectful or not. But generally speaking, he actually puts his money where his mouth is, unlike a lot of CEOs. But in general, like I said, I think a lot of good things are coming, and a lot of good momentum that came from just that symposium in among itself. So most likely, this upcoming quarterly earnings is going to be once again another big home run based on just the latest PR and the overall amount of web traffic that has been going to SoFi as well. So I'm going to touch on that in a later video. But without further ado, appreciate you guys watching. Let me know your thoughts on SoFi in the comments below. Let me know your thoughts as well on the Feds. Do you think they're going to be raising it the 25 basis points? Are they going to be cutting? What are they going to be doing today? So let me know your thoughts on all that in the comments below. If you haven't already, hit that thumbs up and subscribe. Always greatly appreciate that. If you like my SoFi content, want to support the channel, take a look at my memberships, link in the description below, or just hit the join button at the bottom of the screen. With that said, appreciate you guys watching. Let's all make a lot of money on SoFi.